Hey, 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 what's up, y'all? It's Dawnna St. Louis here. And yesterday we talked about, what you were doing in your business, right? We talked about you recognizing your value proposition, like really knowing what is the value that you are bringing to the table and how are you taking that value up a notch, right? And how are you communicating it in a way that people actually know what you're talking about. This is like a really big deal. There is a big difference between communicating in the way that you should communicate versus communicating in a way that the customer understands, right? So, you got to understand how to speak the language of the customer. And it's so funny. I've been like super crazy this week. I have on my calendar for this week 18 individual coaching calls. It's just my coaching calls, right? Then of course I have my own work to do, and then on top of that I have sales calls, and then of course I have to do client calls. So it's been like a super crazy busy week, but you know what? I wouldn't change a damn thing, because at the end of the day, I absolutely love what I do. And we want to make sure that when you create a business, that you create a business that embodies who the hell you are. Not what the industry says you should be, but who you are. I got to tell you, I've had some great conversations today, but I'm going to go ahead and put this, hey, what's up, Tom Marie? We just had a fantastic conversation. I'm going to put one of these conversations that I had on the top of my list. And it came from one of my high profit zone clients, who's soon to be a family member, Greg Offner. Greg Offner had a conversation. He's in sales. He's been in sales forever. I'm always so cautious about stepping on his sales toes. But one of the things that I told him was, I gave you a permission slip to be 100% creative. And so I really want you to step away from that corporate sales speak and being that corporate sales guy. And I know that sounds a little crazy, like someone to give you that kind of advice of taking this huge kind of risk, when at the end of the day, you're going, hey, I got to make income, and you're telling me not to do the things that I've always done. And so Greg kind of trusted me. He usually does, by the way. Greg is really good at trusting me. Greg trusted me. He trusted the process. He literally hangs up the phone with the client, calls the phone. He goes, you are the first person I had to call. Oh my God, that's probably the best sales conversation I've had in my career so far. Thank you so much. Holy crap. This guy is ready. And that's what we're talking about. How do we make that kind of shit happen? How do we get people on the phone with you when you're like, I don't have two nickels to rub together, and yet still I'm getting on the phone. I'm having these phone conversations. I'm having these conversations that are getting to the point where people are closing deals, where they're excited to work with me. They want to work with me. They can't wait to work with me. And you know what? I didn't spend the 45 minutes chasing after him and chasing after the sell. I spent 45 minutes on the phone with him, building a relationship with him that was so strong that he was like, shit, I can't wait to work with you. Yes. We don't want you chasing after the dollar. We don't want you to chasing after the weakest ass dollar. We want the strongest ass dollar to chase after you. That's what we're trying to get to. We want the strongest dollar to chase after you. The other conversation that I had today that was absolutely amazing was with my high profit zone member, Carol Clark. What's up, family? Carol and I had a fantastic conversation today, and she asked me a very good question, which was, Dawnna, why is it that you do not even think or hear or believe in no? Like, no is just something you don't understand. And here is the answer to that question, because I thought it was a great question. And here it is. There's so many people out there telling you no already. Why should you be one of them? Why should you be one of the people telling yourself no? You shouldn't be. Your answer to everything should be absolutely, why not? Absolutely possible. Let's do this. Of course I can. And she was talking about something that I was building, by the way, which was so silly. And she's like, what makes you think that you could just go and decide to build that? And I'm like, why shouldn't I? Why don't I just believe that I can? Everybody else is telling you no. You're the one person that should be telling you yes. I tell myself yes all the time. In fact, I tell myself yes so much that I said, yes, I can go on Class 2 Rapids again this weekend when the weather is horrible. Anyways, I did a little bit more Class 2 body surfing because I kept losing my tube, but that's neither here nor there. Today, we're going to talk about what you're doing in your business. What are you doing right now in your business that if you think it's the right investment, but is it the right investment? We're going to talk about that today. So what I want you to do right now, if you're watching this, if you love me, because I love you so much, Julie Creffield, I was just talking about you on the phone with Dawn Marie, who's actually watching right now. I was just talking about you, you brilliant diva, you. I miss you, babe. Julie Creffield is also a High Profit Zone family member. And by the way, if you're a family member, make sure you put #family so people will know that when I'm talking shit about you, that you're family. So it's cool. I could do that. Julie is a total badass. Seriously, I think Julie Creffield might be my spirit animal. All right. Anyway, if you're watching right now, then all I need you to do for me is two things. Number one, can you please share? Because I get people all the time who go, Dawnna, I don't even know when you're on because it's not notifying me. So if you can share, that's number one. And number two, if you have a question or whatever, just write down whatever that question is, so that way I'm ready for it. And we're going to talk about investments that you are making in your business, when you should make those investments, when you shouldn't make those investments, why those investments are critical, when is the right time, what should you be investing in, the whole thing, right? All right, so we're going to start there. And just in case you're wondering who the hell I am, my name is Dawnna St. Louis. I am CEO of highprofitzone.com. And what do? Well, I help experts find financial freedom from corporate colonization. And my nickname is, I am the Harriet Tubman of entrepreneurship. I just wear it a little differently. All right, so anyway, so today we're going to talk about those investments that you should and should not be making in your business. So I hear people come to me all the time and they're like, Dawnna, you don't understand. I would love to go to your program. However, my favorite, I have invested, I just put $5,000 in my website. I just put $2,000 in my pictures. I just put another $6,000 in my videos, and I'm just so tapped out because I put money in all of these things. Oh, and I just hired someone to help me write a book. And I go, oh my God, that is awesome. The foundation of your business must be so freaking rock solid. Whoo! Can I ask you a couple of questions? Absolutely. I'm like, so the book you're writing, they're like, yeah. I'm like, who are you writing it for? Well, anyone could read my book. And in fact, we're going to put it on audiobook too. So anybody who wants to read it can read it. And I'm like, dude, we live in the United States of America. It's not a communist society. Of course, anyone can read it. It's not the question. The question is that, who are you writing your book to? Who is the person that as they're walking through the bookstore, as they're surfing on Amazon, they go, oh my God, she wrote this book just for me. What is going on in their world that your book is the prime solution? How is your book going to transform them? And then I usually hear crickets. Usually. This is the same thing happens with your website. You got this great colors, great pictures. You spent thousands of dollars on this epic design. How does your website embody your brand? What is the one cohesive thread that runs through your website copy? Who is it exactly that you are developing your website for? Who is the number one client that should be coming to your website? Because by the way, if you think it's everybody, then you're going to get what we like to call absolutely nobody. This is the challenge that so many people run into so often when they are starting down this path. They have made this decision that the first thing that I'm going to invest in is everything, because you sat in some meeting and you listened to some bullshit lie in regards to what you need. You need a website. You need a book. You need a video. You need to make sure that your business cards are on point. You need a logo. Oh my God. If I talk to one more person about their damn logo, seriously. Oh, and your colors. And I need to make sure I have my colors, because after all, the number one reason that people buy is because I'm using red. Really? Do you really think that the reason that people are buying you is because of your website logo, or because something on your website is red? Is that what you really think? You think they're hiring you because you wrote a book about something? Honey, unless that book is a New York Times bestseller that they've heard of, they ain't. Let's be real. Let's stop playing the little bullshit game in regards to what's happened. What has happened is that you need a funnel and free offer and low cost offer. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, Dawn, how many times have you heard that? Oh my God. If you don't have a funnel that starts off with a free offer and then a low cost offer and then a lower cost offer, and then eventually maybe someone will buy some of your shit all the way at the top after they've collected all the other bullshit that they didn't even want. Stop it. Stop it. Right? Isn't this the stuff that we've been told? And haven't you found that you are still broke because of it? No, that's not how it works. It's not the truth. Let's go with the truth of it. Let me tell you what people are buying. First of all, they're not buying your information. They are not buying your information. They are not buying your information. One more time. Hear me. Let me say it one more time. They're not buying your information. They're not. Quite honestly, no one's buying my blueprint. They're not buying my blueprint. They're not. The blueprint don't get me wrong, the blueprint is gold. Oh my God. The blueprint is gold. But people aren't buying the blueprint. And let me explain to you why the people aren't buying the blueprint. Because even though they can walk through the blueprint and they read the blueprint and they understand the blueprint, what they really want to know is, but am I doing this right? Like, I understand what it says and I read it and I see that in here you have this thing called a bat signal, and I understand Ada with 2 C's because, you know, she got a boob upgrade. And I see that we have a value proposition and we have a unique selling proposition and that we have a positioning statement. And I understand everything that you're saying about a methodology, and I understand my target market. And I understand that one of the things that I'm supposed to do is I'm actually supposed to develop all of my offerings and put all those together. And then I know everything that you're saying in here in regards to how to put marketing together and my marketing scheme and how I'm supposed to have a through line that ties everything from the beginning all the way to the end. And I understand all the things you're telling me about pricing and how to price appropriately and all this. And I do understand it, but am I doing it right? I mean, is it right? I get that I'm doing all of this, but oh my God, what I'd really love to have is another set of eyes on it to validate that what I'm doing is correct. I cannot tell you how many people have rolled through my program, and they're like, I wish I would have come in here before I spent all that money on that damn book. I got to go rewrite my book. Are you kidding me? They get mad at me, which is my favorite part. I got to go rewrite my book. I got to go rewrite all the copy on my website. I got to go change all my damn colors. I just did all this crap and usually they think I've dismantled it. But in truth, I haven't dismantled it. I showed them that it wasn't cohesive in the first place. Let me tell you why this is so important. Because the number one way to create clarity in your business, and the number one way to get clients to buy is to create clarity. They need to see the through line. They need to see it. They need to see that at the beginning, when you say, my value proposition is that I work with women to interrupt imposter syndrome so that they can close the wage gap and they can find themselves in the C-suite faster. Thank you. That is Lisa Lorette Young's value proposition. That when they see that, and they see that on your website, and they see that at the top of your website, that when they scroll down and the first program you talk about is consistent with that, and then when you go down to the next program, that is consistent, and there is this through line that is consistently talking about imposter syndrome, and then when they get to the bottom and boom, they look at your first book and bam, your first book is all about 52 ways to kill imposter syndrome in 1 year, and they know that you are consistently talking about the same shit all the time, that it all solves the problem that you are committed, that you have committed your life to solve. Here's the problem. Most people sit down and they write a book because they want to tell people about their shark bite story. Guess what? I just won't go in the ocean. Stop telling me about your shark bite. I don't care. Tell me about how your shark bite is going to change me. Stop telling me about the fact that you climbed Mount Everest, and you only had like one leg and like you lost one of your testicles. Bruh, I ain't got no testicles. I don't like the cold. And the chances of me getting my ass up Mount Everest ain't that good. Give me something I can do something with so that I can change my life. That's what I need. One of the challenges that they run into, and this is what you're running into. This is what you are running into as a speaker, as a coach, as an expert who is just getting started in this business. Somebody told you you were an expert. Oh my God, they said you know that better than you know anything else. Holy Jesus Christ, how is it that you are just so blessed to know that thing better than you know anything else in the world? And what happened is that one thing that you knew that somebody told you were an expert in, you started believing that you knew it all over the place and you don't. Let me tell you what I'm an expert in. I am an expert is turning experts into high-paid entrepreneurs. That's what I know how to do. I know how to do it like nobody's business. You know what I don't know how to do? I don't know how to find my glasses. I probably don't know where my phone is. I am horrible when it comes up to keeping up with these little teeny tiny things that are all over the place. That is not my area of expertise, but I know that. You know what I don't know how to do? I don't know how to sell $7 million worth of Avon like my girl Elizabeth has done. I think that's absolutely fabulous. But you know what I do know how to do? I know how to take a success story like that and turn her into a high profit entrepreneur. I know how to look at what she's done and say, girl, we gonna make you some value propositions, and we gonna make you a website, and we gonna make you an expert brochure. We gonna get your ass out there on the circuit. We gonna go ahead and create you a whole coaching program. We're gonna show you how to put on retreats. You're about to make you about to blow up. I know how to do that. I don't know how to sell $7 million worth of Avon. I don't know how to tell people to have higher levels of productivity in their business and how to spark joy in that productivity. I don't know how to tell people how to declutter their clock and break free from low P. That's not what my area of expertise is. That's not what I do. That's what Carol Clark does. But you know what I do know how to do? I know how to turn all of that stuff that you're struggling with in regards to finding your expertise, in regards to knowing what your value proposition is, and I know how to turn that into money. That's what I know how to do. See, the thing is, you have to be so crystal clear on what you know how to do that by the time you sit down and you write that book and you put together that website and you decide that the next thing that you're going to do is do your video, that at least the messages are cohesive across the board. Now, I am saying this as a person, by the way. If you even go look at my videos, you will see that my history shows a lack of cohesion because I spent a whole lot of money on a whole lot of shit because a whole lot of people told me to do it, and it turned out it was wrong. Wrong. And it wasn't until I took a moment and sat down and realized and said, shit. I spent money on this video, that video, these pictures, and that was all wrong. It was all wrong. I'm not sitting here like on the stage that I got the power on the platform, I'm sitting here telling you this is a journeyman who's not only walked into the pitfalls, but damn, who took a shovel and dug a couple of them out. And I'm like, nah, because they said I needed to do more social media. So I'm gonna do social media for a year. I'm gonna put up content every single day for a year. And I kept digging the hole and digging the hole and digging the hole. And I put out more content and more content and more content and more content. And more content. And before you know it, my ass was so deep in that hole, I was like, damn, how do I pay to get out? That's where coaching came in. I had to figure out how to get out. And it wasn't easy. And a lot of people ask me what I do. You know what I really do? I help shorten the time frame from you getting from expert to making money. That's what I do. And I don't do it for everybody. I only do it for 10 people a quarter. And then I have these 2 deep dives that I do at the beginning of the quarter. That's what I do. That's why you don't see Facebook ads by Dawnna. If you see a Facebook ad by me, I guarantee you it is only to my first quarterly thing. Because at the end of the day, what we really have to understand that we are investing in the wrong things first. If you really want to, first of all, stop thinking that you can get into a speaking, coaching, and expert business for free. Because we were talking about building a business. Businesses require an investment. A real business that makes real money requires an investment. There is this thing called return on investment. This means that I make an investment, and because I've made a certain dollar amount investment, I'm expecting to get that investment back plus something else. So in other words, if I put in $10 and I want to get 1.5 times my return, that means I'm expecting $15. That's simple math. If it's 10 times 1.5 equals 15, it's really, really simple. But let me show you something. If I put $0 in, my investment probably ain't gonna be that good. My return ain't gonna be that great. So you really have to start thinking, what am I gonna invest and what am I really willing to get? Investing in a book that does not speak specifically to your target market in an area in which they have frustrations, after which they will be transformed, if you are not covering your target market, their frustrations, and how what they're reading is going to transform them, then you are not writing a book that anybody wants to read. If you are putting together a website and the first thing you're worried about is your colors and your logo, then you are missing the point of why people would hire you. People don't hire me because my logo is badass. And people don't hire me because my website colors are pretty. People hire me because at the end of the day, there is a through line in regards to what I talk about. I talk about the winning edge formula. I talk about the winning edge formula and how you can use it in business as an entrepreneur. It is one thing I talk about it consistently. I talk about it to everyone consistently. You need to be consistent and purposeful. Stop investing your money in things that are not going to make you money. Your website is not going to make you money until you have a cohesive and coherent message. Your book is not going to make you money until you have a cohesive and coherent message. And that cohesive and coherent message has to create a transformation in your ideal client. If you don't know who your ideal client, you don't understand the language of your client, you do not know why your client is frustrated, you're not understanding what a personal win is for them, you don't know what a business win is for them, you're not having conversations that are surrounded by them but only surrounded by your solution, you are going to be what I like to call broke for a very, very, very long time. And you know what? What I love about that time is it looks something like this. I don't need your help right now. Nope. I will call you. I will call you when I think I need help. Okay. 3 years later. How you doing your business? Well, you know, had some struggles. But I don't need your help right now because I finally found the golden egg. Really? Tell me about it. Somebody told me to do more social media. Okay, boo, you go do that. I see you in 2 more years. 2 more years. How you doing in your business? You know, I did that little social media thing. Ooh, it just took me up so much time. And then I had to hire a social media manager. And then, you know, we put a lot of social media out there. I'm like, really, how's your business? No, seriously, how's your business? You know, we figuring things out. You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to do a rebranding strategy because clearly what the problem is, I've had this brand now for 5 years and that thing ain't working. So I'm going to go ahead and work on my rebranding strategy because that's what I really need to do. Oh, come on, stop. Honey, you need an overall solution. Stop investing in these things. Let me tell you what you don't need to get started. You don't need a book. You don't need a book to get started. Is my hair crazy or is it me? You don't need a book to get started. What you need is the following. You need to know what your expertise is. You need to know what your strengths are. You need to know what your motivators are. Those are the first 3 things you need, straight up, no questions asked. Once you recognize what that is, the next thing you need is you need to identify what your value proposition is. And that value proposition is what value are you bringing to your target market, which means you really need to know who your target market is, what their frustrations are, and how your solution creates that frustrations. And now talking about the frustration, that means that we need to sit down and understand what is your methodology? What is the method that you bring to the table that is going to solve the problem for your ideal client? Once you know what the problem is that you solve for your ideal client, and we got that all laid out, now we're on to the next part. In other words, this is a process. It is a step-by-step process that you go through where you go from building a foundation. By the time we get to the end and my customers say, I think I want to write a book, I'm like, because now you're ready. You're doing things out of order. Most of you are following whatever the latest and greatest trend is. You need to create a funnel. You need to have a book. You need to have a video. You need to have a website. I have customers that quite honestly, they don't have a website. They do everything on LinkedIn. Their whole website is LinkedIn. I'm not kidding you. They literally have people that just go to that page. I have somebody else, her whole website is a MailChimp landing page. That is her website. Not kidding you. You know why that's her website? Because she recognizes that there is no need to spend a whole lot of money and a whole lot of shit that you don't need that ain't going to make you money. Until you have a certain amount of money put aside, stop investing it in stuff that you don't need. That's it. Stop doing that. If you're tired of making BS investments, which I know you are, and you're ready to say, you know what, Dawnna? I'm tired of doing the funnels. I'm tired of doing this. And you know what, Dawnna, you crazy. Which I hear a lot, by the way. And I'll tell you why I hear that. So people ask me all the time. They're like, you say stuff that other people don't say. You say stuff that I've never heard people say. And I don't understand how you're saying stuff that all these other people aren't saying. And I'm going to explain to you why. And when I explain to you why, it'll totally make sense. There's this thing called the 99% versus the 1%. You may have heard of them, right? The 99% says things that everybody else is saying. So you've heard it before. You've heard people say you need to do more social media. That's not new. You've heard it 1,000 times. You've heard people say you need to write a book. That's not new. You've heard it 1,000 times. You've heard people say you need to create an ebook so you can get a list, so that you can have a funnel, so you can constantly reach out to people. That's not new. You've heard it 1,000 times. And that's because 99% of the people say the same damn thing all the time. And that's why 99% of the people are broke as hell. And then you have the 1%ers. The 1%ers like me who come up and don't say things that everybody else is saying. The 1%ers who say, nope, you don't need all that stuff. Stop it. Stop creating that funnel. Stop speaking your language. Start speaking the language of the customer. Stop doing all the things that you're doing and start doing just this one thing. That's what the 1%ers say. We don't say things that sound like everybody else because we don't do things like everybody else. And that's why we make the kind of money that other people don't make. That's how it works. Anyway, if you are interested in making money like 1%ers do and doing the work that 1%ers do to make that money, then check out highprofitzone.com. And if you are so bold and dare to actually want to get on the phone with me, which doesn't happen often because people lack the testicular fortitude or ovarian audacity to do so because they think I'm going to eat them alive, then stop speaking your language and start speaking the language of your customer. Yes, 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 yes. The language of your customer. Yes. And I know Alana definitely gets that. Anyway, go to highprofitzone.com. If you have the testicular fortitude and ovarian audacity, it's like, damn, I want to be a family member. I really want to figure out how to do this. I'm tired of doing all the things. Then all you got to do is go to coffeewith.dawnna.com. See if you can get on my schedule. I will admit this week has been, I'm telling you, 18 calls an hour to an hour and a half each call. It's been really, really a crazy week. Plus I have my own customer calls. Plus I have my own family members who call me because they need help. Plus I have my own work to do. It's been crazy busy. But if you're still interested, if you're like, I still want to get on, like I want to be one of the people who can get in on her office hours, that's not a problem. Just go to highprofitzone.com. Check out the program. You'll see we have a very specific forest-part program. It's a 10-week program. It totally works. We are getting filled for our November, and we only let 10 people in. So we're getting full for November. So if you're interested in November, you're going to have to get on board now. The other thing you can do is you're going to see by this weekend, you're going to see a list of opportunities that are coming up in January for people who want to go into our lower end deep dive boot camp program. You know what, Dawn? I kicked off the whole sales process for the November program when I came back from August 1st. So August 1st, I got home, really started kicking off and telling people about the program by August 3rd or 4th. I don't even know what today's date is. I don't think it's 2 weeks. And we have, it's either 5 or 6 people in the program now. We like 8 people. We let up to 10 people come in. We usually keep a couple of spots for High Profit Zone family members only. So there really aren't a lot of space. And that's not me going, oh, we only got 2 spaces. Y'all can't get in. Elizabeth is a new family member. Jason Harris is a family member. Stevie Dawn is a family member. Kevin Wright just re-up. So it closes quickly. So if I get people, they're like, well, why don't you send out a list? If you're on that list and you're thinking about it too long, quite honestly, it's not for you. You need to go ahead and write that book and waste that money. Seriously. But if you're ready, if you're like, you know what, I'm not going to invest in writing the book and the website. And by the way, let me be clear. There are people who have come to High Profit Zone. They're like, Dawnna, I heard you. I am literally in the process of doing those things, and I need to make sure they're not right so I get the highest ROI. How can I get in your program? And they get in. And here's the thing. It's not nearly as expensive as you think it is. That's the thing. And I normally don't even talk about the dollar amount because at the end of the day, I really do only want people to get in my program that have the balls to pick up the phone and call me. Anyway, my name is Dawnna St. Louis. If you're interested in High Profit Zone, all you got to do is go to highprofitzone.com. You can send me a direct message. You can go to coffeewith.dawnna.com, which is a link that's in the URL. But if you're tired of investing money in the wrong places and you're like, I really need somebody to guide me and coach me, and I want to be a part of the family that I'm going to be a part of for a very long time. Oh, that's the other thing. Don't become a part of the High Profit Zone family if you don't want to be my family member forever, because we don't have clients. We have family members and relatives, which means you're kind of stuck with my ass forever. Think about that. It's scary for some people. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I will talk to you later. Again, if you're ready, hop on the board. We're ready for you. We have, like I said, I think we only have maybe 2. I honestly have to look. I think it's either 2 or 3 spots less. Do a video or live of your fantastic, amazing story. So I'm going to just tell you guys this really quick. Dawn Marie is one of the women. There are very few of them out there. She's one of the women who remember when I first started in the speaking business back in 2010, 11 timeframe. And she saw when I was on stage for the very first time. And so that was, like I said, that was a while ago. And we just got off the phone and she said, it is a whirlwind just to watch 2009. There you go. It was right after I sold my company. So 10 years ago, she goes, it's been a whirlwind to watch you over the past 10 years go from where you were to where you are. And she goes, and it's just like, you know, and no, that's not true. It wasn't like this. It was like this, and then it was like, and then it was like, okay, wait, and then it was like, okay, where's my damn blueprint? Okay, I got it, and then it went up. So she knows that when I say, I've gone through the struggles, I've had the challenges, I've talked about them openly, she's actually seen them. She knows that I'm not sitting here. I don't have time to bullshit people. Anyway, so we just had that conversation. Anyway, if you guys are interested in High Profit Zone, if you're ready to stop doing the BS, if you want to get on the Harriet Tubman Railroad for experts who want to become entrepreneurial success stories, I would be the conductor. All you got to do is hit me up at High Profit Zone or go to coffeewith.dawnna.com. And no, you can see y'all, Dawn Marie made it out. I don't eat my young anymore. I stopped doing that last week. I don't get you on the phone and lambaste you and embarrass you. Trust me, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the bruises to show it. I don't judge people for where they are. I've been there. I've been homeless, dude. I do not judge people for where they are. I love people for having the courage to recognize where they are and recognize that it's time to get to the next level. I love that. I love that people are like, it's time. And there is my girl, Chef Tia. What's up, baby? Let me tell y'all something. Chef Tia is high family. First of all, she's family. Chef Tia is a celebrity chef. She is, let me say it one more time. She is a celebrity chef. She is a High Profit Zone family member. Now, y'all know that I say we have a celebrity chef at High Profit Zone. That celebrity chef would be Miss Tia, Chef Tia, Cynthia Verna. You know what I'm saying? Chef Tia, and they're like, who is that? It's Cynthia Verna. Chef Tia is our High Profit Zone celebrity chef. She has been a chef for a basketball player. She's been on TV. She has a book. I mean, she is boss, badass, amazing. She cooks like nobody's business. I told her, I said, girl, we have people, they show up, they gluten-free, they don't eat meat, they just eat fruit and cake. What's up, Carol? And she's like, Dawnna, what I need you to do is make sure that the people become wealthy. And what you need to let me do is manage the kitchen. And I'm like, okay. And then in the morning, I come in and she goes, here's your eggs over, over medium. And here's your coffee. And then she gives me a kiss and she tells me she loves me. And all is good in the world. It's like she is like my everything. The best thing I've ever done is have Chef Tia at High Profit Zone. And let me tell you, this woman is absolutely amazing, badass. And I got to talk to her so I can make sure she's there in November. It's going to be November. So we need to, November. But I love her. I love her. She is a game changer. She is the top female, amazing, Haitian chef. She cooks everything. And I've never eaten such over the top food. But yeah, when we do, let me tell you something, when we do it up at HBZ. Celebrity chef, badass Chef Tia, badass. I love you guys. I will talk to you later. And I hope that I see you at High Profit Zone. Talk to you later. Bye, babe.